Hello and welcome to your introductory video on how to use the main room pellet stove. First thing you want to do is pop over to the side here, acquaint yourself with the panel. This is the main way to turn it on, off, and adjust the settings. The blinking right now is something to be ignored. All you'll need to worry about right now is pressing the on-off button once, and you'll note that the green power button is on when the power is on for the unit. So you'll hear the fan kick on and everything begins happening. Another thing you'll want to check real quick is to make sure that you've got pellets, and we've got plenty in here. This can hold probably about a full bag, but keeping it up to about here at all times is a good thing to do. This right here is probably about half full. You want to keep an eye on that. I keep extra pellets right here, or I store bags by the front of the house. I'll check in a second when the flames get going. It takes about 3 minutes or so. You'll hear the sound click on right now. It's moved from green to amber, and the auger button is lit as an amber light as well. That means that pellets are starting to feed into the hopper, and underneath there's a heating element that is actually going to start heating, and in about 3 to 5 minutes you'll see some smoking and a fire will start in here when everything's going well. We're starting to see the beginnings of smoke here if you look closely. Eventually some sparks will start to fly, and then the flames will start to pop up. You can see the smoke just beginning to hit. We have liftoff. The auger will continue feeding pellets. When it reaches a certain temperature, the fan up here will start kicking heat out. And as long as you keep the pellets full up top, it should keep burning. A couple of notes. Over here on the side, there are a couple of controls that you can adjust. One is the heat level. If it's not kicking out enough heat, you can push this a few times to move it up. I would not put it in the 5 range. Probably 4 would be the max I would do. I usually do between 2 and 3. Another thing to do is to adjust basically the draft down here, the amount of oxygen that gets to the flame. If you push to the left, it gives more oxygen. If you go to the right, it gives less. You can see what it do. I'm going to tell you what it, and you can see what it does with the flame. To the left, it's more of kind of a torch kind of flame. To the right, it's more of a loose flame. Really, the best place to do it is to have it so that it's not kicking out embers, but you want to try to move it as far to the left as you can without kicking out full pellets. Usually I keep it around the middle, but if you're having a hard time lighting it for whatever reason, sometimes adjusting it one way or the other, usually keeping it wide open to the right, is the way to go. When you're ready to shut her down, similarly straightforward. The on-off button down here is where it's at. Push once and the power button should turn off. Like the one in the kitchen, the fan will start to kick off a little more. It's blowing off the excess heat and it stops feeding the pellets. So everything will continue to burn and it will consume air till all the fuel is gone. Then as the temperature starts to drop, it'll reach a safety point and the whole thing will turn off. Again, 20 to 30 minutes is what you're looking at. If you're wanting to record and the fan is still going, I've put a rocker switch here that you can turn off if you need to. But again, it's better to let it just turn off naturally whenever possible. Good luck and stay cozy.